Good morning, and here's everybody's favorite 15 minutes of YouTube for the week. It is our English assignment overview for September 14th to the 18th, 2020, beginning with our weekly survey. My update is coming a little bit later than usual, so some of you have already filled it out. So that was posted this morning, September 14th. Especially if you want office hours or because you want the participation points, that is due by Wednesday, September 16th. Next, collections. Collections literally are things that you gather and hold on to. This case, collections is referring to your English language arts textbook. So in that textbook, it has a black background and a picture of a Ferris wheel at night because the background kind of makes sense. That is a textbook. And the mixer, part 1, and I believe that is pages 73 through 80 in that textbook. It is 73 through 80. Please read, and only read, you don't have to do anything else. Part 1 by Wednesday. We're going to be discussing this at our Zoom meeting on Wednesday at 10 a.m. down here behind my toolbar that hides everything. Next, I also posted this morning this assignment, the mixer part 2. So mixer part 2 is pages 81 through 88. So the entire short story, the mixer, covers pages 73 through 88. I wanted to break it down to you in 2 parts, make it a little bit easier to digest, much like the apple that I'm popping out of up here. Woo! Afterwards, we have the mixer questions. So that is posted 9/16. So if I'm looking at that, I'm going to go to one of my favorite places in Google Classroom, which is the Classwork tab. And I, again, have organized everything as far as the week. So this is this week, week of 9/14. I'm going to look at the mixer part 1. It is, somebody's already turned it in. How cool is that? Mixer part 2, somebody's already turned it in. That's awesome. If you look at this assignment and the instructions, it is not a graded assignment. I just need you to do it. So when you're done, click the turn in that you've completed it. And this is the honor system, so I will take you at your word. Going back to my Classwork tab, I have, so mixer part 1, mixer part 2, the mixer questions. So when I click on here, after reading the short story, the mixer, answer the questions on the attached Google Doc. You will have to go back and look at the text to accurately respond. You must answer using complete sentences. So if I click on the questions, it takes me to this Google Doc, like rereading lines 1 through 10. So you'll have to go back into the textbook, make sure you read those, and respond, ideally using evidence from the text if it asks for it. And what is the point of view? If I said, first, that is not a complete sentence, therefore it will not earn full credit. If my nice complete sentence was, this story is written in the first person point of view. That is a wonderfully composed, complete sentence with a capital to begin, ending punctuation, and all of the good stuff in between. So, So that is an example of a nice, complete sentence that will be there for you. So you have the questions back here. What do we have next? Vocabulary packet 1E. So we've done 1 A, B, C, and D. 1E is up here. So this is the final vocabulary activity for the lesson. It has 3 parts. So if I'm going to go in here, I will see that there is the Google Slides portion. That's where your work is done, and that is what we will be turned in. Next, I have a how-to wordly wise. So this is my little how-to YouTube video on how things should look, how to go through, making sure that you're checking off words. And then for those who would rather have the passage read to you, I have done that. While I'm reading, I also highlight all the vocabulary words. As we go on, you might hear strange voices, but that's for a different day and different time. But here is the Google Slides 1E. So it has the passage again. In order to read this, you will probably have to use the zoom button in order to get it close enough for you to read accurately. Oops, not what I wanted to do. So when I go in here, I have this all done. You have the reading, whether you read it here or you listen to me read it on the video. Here's your sentences. I've created text boxes for everything, so you just have to double click into the text box, and the meaning of lofty in the passage is tall. If you read the passage, or if you watched me read it on the video, you would know that the meaning of lofty in the passage is tall because it's talking about the skyscrapers in Manhattan. So there's a quick and easy answer for you, so you don't even have to think about that when you complete it. Going back to our assignments. So that's vocabulary packet 1E. We are going to have our first vocabulary quiz on Friday. So an optional review is in Quizlet. So if you have not used Quizlet before, that's okay. Quizlet has a lot of flashcards and things like that. You should be able to sign in using Google Classroom. So it has like flashcards, appeal, clasp. What does it mean to clasp? To hold, or to hold tightly, or a strong grasp or hold. They also have a learning function. So answer your term twice to finish, got it. So to show in public, that would definitely be an exhibit. And so I can, a base, that one's going to be a pedestal. So there's different activities that you can play, including a gravity game, protect the planets from incoming asteroids. So I'm going to do easy because I don't want to look silly on this video. I have to watch out for the red asteroids. I type my answer. What's the question? I don't know. Pedestal. A stand. Nope. Base or support on which something stands. Wow, that is a lot to answer. You may not want to play this game. I feel really silly doing this right now. But the flashcards are great. There's places to spell it and all that. So that is the optional vocabulary review. I think I put it in our famous Classwork tab as a material. Vocab lesson 1 review. Yeah, it is a material. It's not graded. I'm not going to check. If you like things like that, that's great. Moving down to our actual vocabulary quiz. So the vocabulary quiz is on Quiziz. You can make flashcards, or you can write the words and definitions on a piece of lined paper or blank paper, but that must be in your own handwriting or your own typing. No copying and pasting allowed, no looking at your vocabulary packet allowed. So if you've done the work to write the words in definitions on Quiziz, then my library, the things that I liked, right here, Wordly Wise, Book 6, Lesson 1. This is an assignment, so you have 30 multiple choice questions. It is an quiz format, so you may use handwritten things, but not your vocabulary packet. That is recorded as an assessment score. out of 100. So in my Classwork tab, I can see that this vocab lesson 1 quiz, it will be posted on Wednesday. You're going to use the mobile link if you are on a phone or a tablet. If you are on a Chromebook or a computer, you'll use the web link. So this is your first vocabulary quiz. You may use your own handwritten note cards or notes, but not the vocabulary packet one final time. We have our Zoom meetings, 10 o'clock on Wednesday, September 16th and Friday, September 18th. I'm going to wave bye from the Big Apple up here, literally, and have a great week. I'll see you on Zoom, if not before.